In the vastness of the Wheel of Time series, there are over 2,000 distinct characters. Some individuals hold greater significance, while others tend to fade into the background. But hidden within these thousands of personalities, there exists a seemingly minor character whose teachings and wisdom leave a huge impact on one of the central figures, Lan Mandragoran. These teachings are then passed down from Lan to the Dragon Reborn, making this character's influence invaluable to the overall narrative. Hello and welcome back to the channel, Amber here, and today I'd like to shed some light on one of my favorite unsung heroes of the Wheel of Time, Bukama Marenellin. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Bukama Marenellin makes his first appearance in the prequel story New Spring, but before we get to that, we need to understand the tragic fate that fell on Malkier, Lan's homeland. Malkier was once a formidable borderland nation, located on the most northern point of the Westlands next to the Blight. For 1,000 years, the nation valiantly withstood relentless assaults from shadow spawn and the ever-encroaching darkness of the Blight. This constant struggle against the shadow shaped Malkier into a society of resolute warriors. Their first-hand account of the brevity of life led them to revel in its joys. They put great importance on festivals and celebrations and the art of poetry. But in the year of 953 NE, Malkier faced its darkest hour. Trollocs and Shadowspawn and other creatures serving the Dark One overran the entire nation. While the other borderland nations answered the call for aid, the powerful institution of the Aes Sedai, the White Tower, ignored their pleas, and Malkier fell to the shadow. Now, amidst this backdrop, the king of Malkier, Al-Lakir, and his wife, Eliana, had a son, Lan Mandragoran. Into his infant hands, they placed the sword of the Malkieri kings and the sword he wears today, a weapon made by Aes Sedai during the War of Power, the War of Shadow that brought down the Age of Legends. They anointed his head, naming him Daishan, a diademed battle lord, and consecrated him as the next king of the Malkieri. And in his name they swore the ancient oaths of the Malkieri kings and queens, to stand against the shadow so long as iron is hard and stone abides, to defend the Malkieri while one drop of blood remains, to avenge what cannot be defeated. Wrapping her tiny son in swaddling cloths, the queen entrusted him to the 20 most formidable bodyguards of Malkier. Tragically, only 5 of his sworn protectors survived this mission to carry Lan to safety, each of them taking wounds in the process. Among these warriors stood Bukama Marenellin, a resolute man who would leave impact on the life of orphaned Lan. Lan grew up knowing no true home and no family, burdened by the weight of an oath sworn on his behalf from the very moment he escaped Malkier. His existence revolves solely around duty and weapons and a title he denies. In the book New Spring, we are introduced to Bukama, the last living bodyguard entrusted with carrying infant Lan to safety. Beyond being a mentor, Bukama becomes the sole father figure in Lan's life. He raises Lan to become a warrior king, emphasizing oaths and duty. Lan grows up as a loyal but stoic individual, renowned as the world's greatest swordsman. His eyes are cold and he moves like a wolf. Bukama's guidance molds Lan into the man he becomes. He learned weapons as other children learned toys, and the Blight as other children's their mother's garden. The oath sworn over his cradle is graven in his mind. There is nothing left to defend, but he can avenge. He denies his title, yet in the borderlands he is called the Uncrowned, and if he ever raises the golden crane of Malkier, an army would come to follow. But he will not lead men to their deaths. In the Blight, he courts death as a suitor courts a maiden, but he will not lead others to it. So as the main Wheel of Time story unfolds, we meet Rand al'Thor, who shares many parallels with Lan Mandragoran. He was raised by an adoptive father with hazy memories of his mother, And when he is revealed to be the dragon reborn, the fate of the world is placed in his hands, whether he likes it or not. He never asked for this responsibility, much like Lan never chose to reclaim his nation from the shadow of the Dark One's touch. Like Lan, Rand's agency is stripped away, tied to oaths and prophecy. We are like many ways, you and I. There is a darkness in us. Darkness, pain, death. They radiate from us. Our heroes Lan and Rand both suffer the pain of being unable to forsake their duty, but just as Bukama taught Lan, Lan teaches Rand and becomes his mentor. He trains Rand as a blade master, instilling courage and the understanding that duty outweighs personal desires. Lan passes on the belief that death is an easy way out, while fulfilling one's duty and honoring oaths is truly a monumental task. He equips Rand with the fortitude of a warrior, preparing him for the battle of all battles and the fight to save the world. In New Spring, Bukama meets his demise at the hands of dark friends, leaving Lan alone for the first time. Yet Bukama's memory and teachings live on through Lan and ultimately reach Rand, the Dragon Reborn. Despite being a minor character, Bukama's impact on both protagonists is significant, shaping their destinies and guiding them on their heroic journeys. The mentors of destiny play a crucial role in their lives, propelling them towards their fates. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you back next time.